So another really common question I get is, what if it doesn't work out for me? For anyone listening, particularly people who are looking to invest for the first time, let me address this head on. It's clear that some people will doubt themselves, right? Even if you can show them a million results, a million case studies and testimonials, they will still doubt. Not me as a mentor, but themselves. And to be fair, I doubted myself when I first started investing, even when I decided to start Long Wealth Capital. Literally, that's what people thought, that I was crazy. So to most people, I was saying, no, I'm 100% sure of what I'm doing, but I wasn't, right? That self-doubt was immense. But once I went for it, my mindset was clear. I am going to make this work. Since then, I have seen this exact investment system work for 70-year-old retirees, total beginners, truck drivers. I mean, we have very high caliber people, but we also have everyday people who really needed something to work, and it did. People who succeeded, from what I've seen, are not necessarily the smartest. They're the most committed. They follow the system, they ask questions, they stay engaged, and that's it. So what I say, it's not about talent, but actually about willingness. It's exactly it. And no one is telling you that you have to believe it's gonna work for you 1000%. Just take the first step. Like with everything in life, that's why we start small. You set up your brokerage account, you start with a few stocks, you see the first profits coming in after a few weeks. From there, it becomes tangible, it becomes real, and you're not thinking about what if, you're actually seeing results. And so that leads to your actions. You keep going. But there's still that fear of potentially making the wrong move, right? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's normal. The best investors, entrepreneurs, decision makers, they all have one thing in common that I've seen. They don't wait for perfect information. They know a good opportunity will not feel safe. In fact, a good opportunity should feel scary. If it doesn't, it's probably not that good. And I actually agree with that. I think that when it feels most scary, that's actually when you should actually take action, because that's where most growth is. I learned a rule from Colin Powell. He calls it the 40 to 70 rule. Make a decision when you have between 40 to 70% of the information. That's it. Because if you wait past 70%, the opportunity is already gone. That's how successful people operate. They take action based on conviction, gut feeling, and pattern recognition. Not perfect clarity, because it doesn't exist. So what's the right mindset for someone who's still thinking, what if this doesn't work for me? I would just say, ask yourself a different question. What if it does work? I mean, what if it does? What if this is the one thing that finally gives you control over your financial future? What if the fear you're feeling is not a red flag? It's a sign that you're standing at the edge of something meaningful. Because gut feeling can be very powerful. Look, doubt is normal. What matters is what you do with it. You can spend months gathering more information about investing, about different strategies, about market conditions. There is no magical moment when it's just going to click and tell you, okay, now you can go ahead. You're never going to be 100% ready, and it applies not only for investing, it applies for everything. The people who win, from what I've seen, they feel the fear and they move anyway. Taking action always ends well, and that's what I've seen. I would actually agree, because even people I speak to often, they come up with a lot of doubt and uncertainty, and they feel that getting more information or asking a friend or doing more reading online is going to give them comfort and an answer. But I don't think growth actually exists without discomfort. You just have to act despite it. And actually getting more information might seem like a good idea, but it can actually paralyze you even more and stop you from making a decision at all. So you've got to take action despite that discomfort and actually embrace it. As a matter of fact, those who succeed in building wealth through investing are those who took action right away because they knew this was important. And so eventually they just keep that mindset. They have it. And typically what you see is business owners, real estate investors, these high profile people. That's what they do. They're decisive.